Okay, y'all. It's looking like Neo is feeling the wrath of God, y'all. And I'm going to say this. He thought that he was doing what every man wants to do. But they can't because, they not him. And he feel like just because, he have whatever fetishes or healthy appetite for more than one woman, that, God is going to give him a pass for leaving his wife and his kids to be with a house full of women. He's now feeling the effect of that. And we are going to talk about it, okay, y'all? They messing with his bag now. And I knew this was coming. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my day ones, twos, threes, and fours. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not, and the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So, let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Mr. Neo. Mr. So Sick of Love Songs. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. His relationship that he has now with all these different women that's living in the household with him. He left his wife. And how many kids do we have, y'all? He left his wife 2023. How many kids do we have? Let me check real quick. Whew, child. He got a lot of kids. Neo is the father of 7 children across 3 relationships, ranging from toddlers to teenagers. He had a 15 to 16-year-old, a 14 to 15-year-old, a 9 to 10-year-old, a 7 to 8-year-old, a 4 to 5, a 4 to 5, and a 2 to 3, because I think he got twins. Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This man got married 2016. And he turned around and walked away from his wife, his kids, just so he could, 7-year marriage, just so he could go lay up with a bunch of women and have his pick of the litter of whichever one he wants, whatever night. See, I know a lot of people don't believe in God. They don't. But God is against us. And he made vows to that woman. Okay? He made children with that woman. And he got rich off of singing love songs. And he turned around and left his wife, left his kids, and shacked up with a bunch of women. Floozies, y'all. Because any woman that degrades herself to live in a household with other women and they all taking care of this man, can't nothing good come out of that. Can't nothing good. This man is supposed to be at home with his kids, helping raise his children, teaching them what not to do. But instead, he's showing them what not to do by doing stupid stuff like this. And now it's costing him money, y'all. And I don't think he would even be talking about this or could care less. Okay? Because lust is in the Bible. Okay, y'all? And when you are lusting and not using your brain, bad things happen. Okay? Neo says that his relationship with all of these women has cost him several bags since going public. As it should. I thought that people were going to stop going to his concerts. Especially people that's married. Why would you support somebody like that? That leaves their wife and kids. And everybody don't get along. Sometimes people can, marry somebody and don't still know that person. And they not get, things don't work out. And you move on to somebody else. But you move on to a house full of women. A house full of women. That's breaking God's laws right there. He said during a recent appearance on a podcast with Tish Cyrus and Brandy Cyrus, the Grammy-winning singer opened up about the public reaction to his relationship with multiple women. How do you think that people were going to accept that? They wasn't. They didn't even accept it when Finesse was doing it. Look at all the drama he had with that mess. 3 women living in a house with him. Look at all the drama he had. I did a video on that too. That didn't work out either. He wants to be a lustful man and live in a house with all these women and think that he's going to still get blessings. I'm just saying, y'all. This is one of the reasons why people do not support Clarissa Shields, because she's running around with Remy husband. And it's not the fact that, you know, him and Remy probably was broke up already or whatever. It's how she did it. This is why people can't accept her. This is why she not getting endorsements. They said it's a bad look for their products and their brands. And it's the same thing with this guy right here, y'all. He said that a lot of professional deals, he lost it because of this. He probably lost millions. He said that the world is mad at the fact that he is in a relationship with all these women. And there are people that's upset about it. This is what he's saying, that people are upset. People could care less. But when people support somebody, they like that person to have some type of morals. It's hard to, go and buy, it's just like the Diddy situation. Even if he get out and he throw this huge concert with all the artists and the this and the that, people wouldn't come out to support him for the stuff that he has done in the past. They wouldn't want to buy the tickets. Only people that would buy his tickets is people that's just like him. Because there's a lot of people out here that's just like him. And it's the same thing with Neo. The people that's going to support him is going to be women that's loose, that don't mind being with, sharing a man with a bunch of women. And there is going to be women that's out here that's, taking people, husbands. This is the type of people that he is going to attract to his concerts now. And some people that just don't know, but they still like his music, but they're not keeping up with his lifestyle. And they just haven't reached their ears yet of what all that he has done with his wife and kids, y'all. Neo's in trouble, y'all. He's in trouble. He's in trouble. Because the majority of his fan base was probably people in relationships. Were people that were in relationships, y'all. So they're not going to support him. And endorsements are not going to support him because they feel like they want somebody to better represent their brand. He's saying, there's deals that he missed out on because they're like, we don't know if we can get behind the whole, him in a house with all these women situation. So now he's feeling the funk. He got all these women to take care of. Instead of taking care of his kids, he's taking care of all these grown women. And that's using them for his money and his lifestyle. But he don't see it that way. He just see it as he's getting his way. He wants to be the new trendsetter for the younger men growing up. That if you make enough money, you can have this too. You can have this lifestyle too. This is what the trend that he wants to put out there for the youngins. Nobody wants to set examples anymore. Everybody wants to have people follow what they're doing. And they're doing this wrong. It's crazy. But anyway, they say the So Sick singer says that now his personal life has overshadowed other aspects of his character and his career. No, the real you came out and people are seeing you for who you are. That's what that is. And the only reason why you're saying something about it is because it's affecting your pockets. That's the only reason why you're saying something, Neo. But think about your children when they grow up. Think about them. None of their mothers was good enough for you to stay with. They wasn't good enough for you. They wasn't enough for you. You had to go out and get you a bunch of women. And you would rather be in a house, with all these women than being a man and take care of your children and be in a house with your children that you made a vow to take care of when you married your wife in the first place. This is sick on so many levels, and I'm glad he getting what's coming to him. I am. I'm happy that he's getting exactly what's coming to him. He said it's almost like you can be a great person. How has this been a great person? You marry somebody and you left them. And all the children with them. You have more babies by other women. You didn't even want to stay with them. And you turn around and get you a house full of women. Like you a big old gimp with a P. But they all for you. That looks horrible. That looks really, really bad on your children. When them kids grow up, they're going to be like, yeah, your dad, they probably get teased growing up. Your daddy left y'all just so he can play house with a bunch of women. But a lot of these celebrities, they don't care about their family. They don't care about their kids. They don't care about none of that stuff. And this is the problem with our society right now. The morals of them went out the door. The morals have flew the coop. Nobody has any anymore. They don't. It'd have been different if him and his wife didn't work out and he was with another woman and, he was in a house with one woman or something like that. But what he's doing right now, people don't want their loved ones looking up to no junk like that. They don't want them being in situations like that. Because ain't nothing good going to come out of anything like that. You're living in sin. That's what you're doing. You're living in sin. He said you can show respect and appreciation for your fans and your colleagues, but the second you do something that they don't agree with, you're canceled. This is what he said. No, you canceled your own self. Your lust canceled you, not your fans. Not your fans. And this is with anybody. When they see people doing stuff, they lose. Look at what's going on with Beyonce. She got a boatload of the beehives, okay? But they dropping like flies, y'all. They are dropping like flies. She is losing millions and millions and millions of followers. Because all the stuff that is coming out with her and Jay-Z and this and that and this. Now, they could be true or they could be rumors. We don't know. I don't be around them. But the fact that Jay-Z is dogging out his son, the fact that Beyonce now want to keep this squeaky clean image instead of do what's right about, Ramir had nothing to do, or any other little ones had nothing to do with being brought in this world. They ain't had nothing to do with that. And his mother is not here anymore. And only thing he has left to know who he is that DNA to see if Jay-Z is really his father. And they have been dogging people out, or bullying people. They've been running around with P. Diddy. This is why people is losing. They don't want to. They don't care for a lot of these celebrities anymore. And I'm going to tell you this. A lot of fans woke up around COVID time when they start actually getting to know who that they were running around here fanned out about. I listen to music and this and that, but I'm not fanned out over nobody. Nobody. I can see celebrities and not lose it. Okay, y'all? But it's so many people out here that's fanned out. And when they found out the true person, because when that COVID hit and people wasn't working and this and that, a lot of celebrities was hitting the internet. And, you could see what they were up to and see what their life was like, behind, outside of being on the stage and on the TV screen. And a lot of people didn't like what they saw. It was like, really? I didn't even think that person was like that. And a lot of people I started losing a whole bunch of celebrities that I was like, supported somewhat as far as going to see their movies and the this and the that. Ever since that stuff happened with Jamie Foxx, I ain't been studying on Jamie Foxx, y'all. And I was a true person to go to all of his, watch his movies and this and that and that and this. I feel like he played with people's emotions. And I ain't the only one. A lot of people felt like they lied about what happened to him and what was going on with him. It was all to pump up a lot of movies that he had coming out. And a lot of people felt like that. And they felt like that place that he was in, that he's supposed to have went there and miraculously, got well. This same place, I went and looked up their credentials and their reviews. And they had horrible reviews. This was not only to help Jamie Foxx, my personal opinion, but it was to help that place, the last place he was at. To try to pump them back up to make people think that, oh, they'll change your life if you go there. But go read the reviews. If y'all think I'm lying, I think I read the reviews to my subscribers. When people are finding out people's true colors, you can't blame the fans because, oh, they do something, you do something they don't like, now they don't agree with you. No. You can't just come any kind of way and think that people are going to still support you. And he had the nerve to say that doesn't make any sense to me. So you can do whatever it is that you want behind closed doors. And you think that if fans find out about it, they're supposed to accept it because you can sing? We ain't in that day and age anymore. There's a lot of people that's still stuck in that day and age that because somebody can sing, they act like they wouldn't hurt a fly. They wouldn't, commit a crime because they can sing. And people try to look over the things they do because they are so popular. But this day and age now, 2026, people getting called out for their mess. And you cannot get away with it. You just can't. These celebrities can't get away with nothing no more. And a lot of them put their own business out here. We just talk about it. But they put their own stuff out here when they're posting and putting all this stuff out for the public and this and that and that and this. A lot of them do it to stay relevant. But Neo thought he was doing something big. He likes to flaunt his women around and this and that. When you are going to events, let's just say he go to the movie and you got a family sitting next to them with their kids and a wife and a husband, and they're watching a movie. And Neo is sitting in front of you with 3 women lapping all over him and this and that and this. It's not about, oh, this don't make sense. What don't make sense is what you're doing. And everything you're doing don't need to be put out there. If this is the type of person that you are, you ain't got to flaunt it around the world in everybody's face. Whatever you're doing at home, that's your business, what you're doing at home. Well, nobody would never even know that you were messing with all these women, even if they were all living with you. You could have said that, oh, this is my maid, so this and that, and still kept all his credentials right where they were. But he threw this stuff out in everybody's face, in God's face, and said, I don't care about none of that. I'm going to do what I want, what feels good to me. And it is what it is. I don't care about no wife, no kids. I don't care about none of that stuff. I don't care about no morals and how people feel about me. I'm going to do it anyway. And now he's being canceled. And now he's whining about it. Okay, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comment section how you all feel about this whole situation. Y'all let me know. Do you all feel that this is his karma? And it's just getting started? Do y'all feel that way? Because that's how I feel about the situation. To be honest with y'all. I think this whole situation with him losing money and this and that and that and this is just getting started. And I got a feeling if he ever lose all his money, they're going to be gone. He going to see that they don't care about him the way he think they do. Only reason why they're there because he got a big house and this and that and that and this. And they thought they was about to live this good lifestyle. And just spending money. He'd go on tour and everything just be perfect. But when you mess up your blessings, ain't nothing you can do about that. And it's going to hit your pockets. So you better invest wisely. Because people ain't putting up with the stuff they used to put up with anymore. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Peace.